Charlie has a problem with everybody. Charlie owes Riley money. Charlie owes his roommate money. Charlie is pissing everybody off. Here's the drama between Charlie and Georgia. Charlie and Ava go to look at a Slutty Vegan location in Brooklyn because her dad wants her to turn the restaurant into a club. And she's thinking of partnering with Charlie. Damon Dash is Ava's father. Charlie, do you want to come in on this? Do you want to help with this? Okay, Charlie wants to. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to provide the liquor license. I guess that's his entry into the partnership. Our liquor license in New York City is $30,000. Ava says to Charlie, Charlie, how's Georgia? You guys used to be besties. What's up with that? She was always at your house. And she's like, yeah, Georgia was homeless, living on my couch and eating my scraps. That is such a nasty thing to say. So you can already tell that Charlie is pissed off at Georgia. He lent her speakers and she just didn't return them like she promised. Charlie calls Georgia 3, 4 times asking for these speakers. Can I get my speakers? I'll send you an Uber. You can send it with the Uber. Georgia is like, well, I'm very busy right now. You're coming here tonight. You don't really need these stickers before you come here tonight. So I'll just get it to you as soon as I can. And then we also learned that Charlie has issue managing his finances. He's on the phone with his dad, asking his dad to give him an additional $5,000 because he wants to hang a television and buy patio furniture. But I'm guessing he's going to use that money to buy the liquor license. Maybe he doesn't want to tell his dad about that because he's asking his roommate to go hang the TV. Meanwhile, he asks his dad for money to hire someone to hang the TV. So I don't really think that he's getting money to hang TV and buy patio furniture. He doesn't look like somebody who sits out on the patio. According to Georgia, Charlie smoke weed, go to clubs, watches SpongeBob, and rides his skateboard. And if he's not riding his skateboard, he's riding his electric scooter. Here's the conflict that I see. Charlie's upset with Georgia. He helped Georgia. She's been throwing these parties and she doesn't come from money. Living in New York is very expensive. I know you can find apartments for less than $10,000, but a lot of the apartments in New York are like $4,000, $6,000. You need to have a roommate. And even if you have $4,000, landlords are very strict about who they give leases to. So Georgia, she doesn't have a 9 to 5 job. She's hustling as a party promoter. Charlie is a party animal. He has money. He's one of the trust funds kids. While Georgia's planning parties, Charlie's like, you can sleep on my couch because he's not even paying any rent. But in the meantime, Georgia has risen from his couch to finding her own apartment. Now she has her own LLC. And Charlie, in the meantime, is going nowhere, at least according to the show. So, of course, he's a little bit resentful because a lot of times I find you're the poor person in the friend group. The rich friend doesn't really want you to go and succeed and be better for them, right? The dynamics that they have with you is that they need to be one leg of above you. So when Georgia now is succeeding because Charlie is helping and Charlie is stuck in this perpetual cycle of not doing anything, he might feel a bit resentful. That's where this is coming from. He calls himself crypto trader, but at max he's made $300 from trading crypto. But I'm going to play devil's advocate because Georgia should not have had Charlie call her 3, 4 times to get back his speaker. When she asked Charlie for the speaker, it was something urgent that she needed. He did give it to her and she was able to achieve her goal. Georgia, you need people. You're in this event space, network, and who the people you know is very important. So if somebody lends you something, you should make it your duty to give it back because you're only as good as your word. You shouldn't be flippant about it and say, well, I gave it to you and whatever, da, 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 I'm busy. No, if you told the guy, I'm going to give you back your thing on Wednesday. You give it back to him on Wednesday because that's how you're going to maintain your relationships. And you are in a relationship building industry. Events is all about relationships. Don't treat him bad because you think, oh, he doesn't need the money or he's sleeping all day. Even if Charlie is that person, you don't need to be that person. And that's not a good look for you, Georgia. So although Charlie had no right to call you a stupid, delusional bitch, I would slap you in the face if you were a man. She's poor was totally uncalled for. But at the same time, right, Georgia, you can't be going and wanting to take things from Charlie and then expect to not reciprocate. Like if and Charlie shouldn't be either. The other girls like Amira, apparently you still owe her money. So you are familiar with breaking agreements. It happens, right? It happens. And I really don't think that this breaking agreement is the problem. I feel like Georgia takes advantage of Charlie in the sense that Charlie helped her with his connections. He even said that if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't even be on the show. And he's feeling like, at least appreciate what I do for you, right? Because Georgia's leaving Charlie behind, right? Before Charlie was here, Georgia was here. Now Georgia is coming up. Obviously, she's nowhere at the level of Charlie. That's why Charlie's saying, "You're poor." Right? But Charlie is realizing that Georgia is rising and he's not happy about it. But Georgia, for your own sake, because what you're going to find is when people have money, they feel entitled. But you who are trying to hustle, don't ever do that. If you ask somebody for something and say you're going to return it, do it because that's bad for your reputation. And you need people in the industry that you're going. Charlie, stop calling people a bitch and being rude to women. Go to your therapist, try to figure out your life. These are your friends. You can't make everybody upset and mad. uh, you can do it too. It is not impossible for you to do it. And even if you say, okay, I really don't know what I want to do, I haven't found myself, I'm 30 years old and I still haven't found myself. There are lots of people who haven't found themselves at 30, right? But maybe just don't spend more than you have. You get a lot of money. Try to live within the means that you have, and then you won't upset so many people. So that's next gen NYC. You guys, how would you rate it? Would you watch this show? I'm enjoying it. I think it's one of the best shows, Bravo's new reality show. For me, they don't have to bring back Real Housewives of New York because this show satisfies me right now. I like these young people. What I like about young people in reality shows, they have nothing to lose. They're very open. They're just telling their life story and putting things out there and it feels very real, right? I'm sure there's some moments that may be staged, but typically these people are just having fun and living their life. And so it's really real. Of course, their life is very different from mine. I mean, $14,000 in a nightclub, $1,000 for making a post. These are just like, wow. But fascinated, and I'm here and I'm watching it, and I'm giving this a top 8. That's my rating for this. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We're going to be next reviewing Real Housewives of Miami. I just watched it tonight, and I'm telling you, I was really disappointed. But we'll save all that for the review. All right. Thank you. Enjoy.